September 2008, a single sentence changes everything. We're screwed. Because within hours, $1.02 trillion in assets would effectively become worthless. This is the story of how the financial system almost collapsed in less than 24 hours. New York, Midtown Manhattan, a glass tower. An elevator opens on the 42nd floor. 4 HR employees step out, carrying boxes. Everyone on the trading floor knows what that means. Layoffs. They split up, names in hand. Targets selected. One of them stops. Eric Dale, head of risk management, 19 years at the firm. The man whose job was to measure danger. Minutes later, he's sitting in a glass room, the entire floor watching. You are being let go. 6 months severance. Half pay. Take it by tomorrow. Or lose it. What about my work? I am in the middle of something important. They don't care. They don't even know what he was working on. His access is cut. Email, phone, everything. But on his way out, he stops. A young analyst stands nearby. Peter Sullivan, MIT, rocket scientist. Now on Wall Street. Eric hands him a USB drive. I was close to something. Be careful. The elevator closes. And just like that, the most important warning in modern finance is almost ignored. That USB drive, it wasn't data. It was a detonator. Because to understand what's happening, you need to understand the lie that built it. It started with one idea. Why rent when you can own? And America said yes. Banks began handing out mortgages to almost anyone. No income, no job, no assets, no problem. These were called ninja loans. People who couldn't afford homes were buying multiple properties. But here is the trick. The banks didn't care, because they weren't keeping the loans, they were selling them. Wall Street packaged thousands of these mortgages into one product. Mortgage-backed securities. Think of it like a sausage. Individually, questionable. Combined, marketed as safe, AAA rated. Just as safe as government bonds. And investors believed it. Pension funds, banks, entire countries. Everyone bought in because the system worked. As long as housing prices went up. But nobody looked inside the sausage. Back on the trading floor, 10:17 p.m. Everyone's gone. Just Peter, and a screen full of numbers. He runs the model. Once, twice. Same result. His hands go cold. The losses are bigger than the firm itself. He calls his colleagues. They gather. They use a model called value at risk. It predicts the worst-case scenario 99% of the time. But here is a problem. It ignores the 1%, the catastrophic scenario. And Peter realizes that scenario is already here. 11:40, 4 p.m. Senior management arrives. They look at the data. Silence. If you are wrong, you are finished. If you are right, we all are. Because the firm isn't just exposed, it's leveraged, massively. Holding over $1 trillion in assets. If those assets drop just 25%, the company is wiped out. Then the CEO arrives. Calm, cold, he listens. Understands immediately. So we're holding the biggest bag of worthless assets in the history of capitalism. Here is only one option. Sell everything. Tomorrow. But who buys it? The same people who always do. Even if they don't know what they're buying. Even if it destroys trust forever. Because survival comes first. Morning. 7:30 a.m. The traders arrive. Silent. No jokes. No confidence. They've been given orders. Sell it all. Every dollar. By the end of the day, huge bonuses if they succeed. And just like that, the betrayal begins. They call their clients friends, partners, people who trust them. This is a great deal. Discounted. Limited opportunity. And the buyers believe them, because they always have. But by mid-morning, the truth starts leaking. The market realizes. This isn't trading. It's liquidation. Prices collapse. Free fall. By the closing bell. It's done. They've sold almost everything. The firm survives. But the damage has already spread. Because this wasn't just one firm. This was the entire system. And over the next 2 years, the consequences hit. 6 million people lose their homes. $11 trillion in wealth disappears. Entire neighborhoods collapse, and the government steps in. Not to save the people, but to save the banks. $700 billion. Because the system was too big to fail. But here is the uncomfortable truth. This wasn't an accident. It was a cycle. It's already too late. If you want to understand how financial systems really collapse, subscribe for more.